Yay, it's working.
Woohoo!
All right, no problems. Yes, so let's go ahead and proceed with the recap. So who's actually doing it?
I'll do it.
Right.
So, as we were standing there on the brink of death, a new ally emerged the last game beforehand, but our new ally with their firewall up and all the minions dead in the room, we decided we needed to run. We got out of the cave, the minions still after us, behind our back, and we decided to call out for our giant friend, Moog? Yeah, I think her name is Moog. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We heard a squish or something. We heard death from the other side of the wall.
Death everywhere.
And we decided Moog wasn't worth the time, so we just ran the hell out of there. With the bad guys pursuing us, we decided to hide up on top of the hill and lead them towards us in order to pick them off. Serana shot her arrows over and over, killing one of them, or at least damaging one of them pretty good.
All right.
And they finally caught up to us. We had a large fight with them, nearly dying to Mr. Chainman, who had like 14 attacks on one round.
A tad powerful. A tad unbalanced. Just a little bit.
14 attacks in a round.
You guys are fine.
Barely surviving due to one of my fears. Nearly killing 3 people at once. We somehow survived with Harshnag helping us, and our new ally, and Emin, who had come back.
Yes, I will be playing Emin today.
Okay.
Just because I don't feel like making him disappear like I always do when he's not playing, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
If that's okay with you guys.
Make sure you.
Unless
course,
somebody wants to control him.
Yeah, can he wink? Wait. Wait.
He has to be.
Eric.
We wink, sir. He's gonna do a lot of air quotes today.
That's what I always do in our game whenever I have to take over a character. He like doesn't say anything. He just always winks at people. I don't even do it on purpose. I just like I don't want to think of something to say, so I'm just like, yeah, he winks at you.
It was like an instant joke that happened.
All right. So just to recap a little bit. So thank you, Ryan, for the wonderful recap. Let me give you a inspiration token. We don't actually have any viewers to this game, so otherwise I would have some audience participation. But anyway,
We can do whatever we want.
Anyway, so it is nighttime. You guys just ended up with this like huge battle. The thick smell of like blood and body odor and dung and garbage and rotten meat hangs heavy in the air. You guys are a bit sweaty from just having finished the fight and the fear that has been coursing through your blood. The clouds. The sky overhead is really cloudy. It's almost like a fine mist in the air. Like you can kind of feel it cool and damp on your skin. And your hearts finally like start to calm down a little bit as you realize that the combat's over. Everything is quiet and still. And even the gong that was sounding in the distance from the direction of Groudhog, about a mile away to the northwest, is no longer sounding. So you guys are given a temporary reprieve to figure out what you're going to do next.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, we almost died.
Harshnag says, "That was intense."
What happened to Zinfel?
I don't know. They took her away.
I saw her father.
Looked to me like she died.
She did not die, but
Take that back.
Something about a ghost coming to pick her up, right? Or something like that. I think I saw some sort of image.
I could
don't
swear I
know.
saw her father.
That was her dad?
Everything happened so fast.
Yeah.
I
Who
think
the hell
you-
is this chick?
Yeah, who are you?
Yeah, Harshnag levels an axe at Belfrian. He says, whoever she is, she helped out. Find in my book.
Hello. I guess it's time for proper introductions.
What's
her
Sorry,
name?
My name is Belfrian. It's a pleasure meeting the mighty Stonesworn.
You've heard of us?
My eyes get wide. You've heard of us?
Of course.
All right.
I first heard of you over in Waterdeep for what you did for my hometown of Goldenfields.
Golden
Yes.
Fields, huh?
Yes,
You know
that's where I hail
Liverless?
from.
They have great
Liverless?
alcohol.
It's a great, great tree. Nicest tree I ever met.
Oh yes, he practically raised me.
Wow.
Wait, you were raised by the tree?
Wait a minute. You said you were raised by a tree. How does that even work?
Treant. Well,
Oh.
awakened tree.
Oh, that makes sense. I guess. What's this business about the Stone Sworn and you being famous and all?
You know,
Maybe I didn't catch this story.
Did we tell it? I don't remember.
I guess
yeah,
we
we've
killed
saved
shit.
we've saved some towns. You know, a town or two.
Hey, don't get cocky now. You got the whole north to save. We're gonna keep killing giants. Not to mention Guz still over in Grudhog over there.
Oh, God.
Yes, what is our plan, friends?
Well, first I say we, and he kicks the Etten. He says, I say we search these things. Or did we do that already? He scratches his head.
I don't think
I don't
we have.
think we did.
I only searched this big one and found this gavel with some rune in it.
Well, I'm gonna use some hit dice while we're waiting.
Dude,
Can I use hit dice? Or are we resting? I should ask that actually.
I don't know, man. I think. I
So
mean, we just
currently
tried
you're
to rest.
You can,
We
you
just
can
tried to
attempt
rest
to
and I-
start using hit dice.
10
Trying
minutes
to-
went by and they came and they found us. I do feel pretty good about us being badasses, but at the same time, we just got our asses kicked. So
We fought off many waves of giants. It is time to rest.
Maybe you should.
this is a place. Maybe we need to move a little bit.
Yeah, let me take a look at that gavel. And Harshnag waves his hand over for you to bring it to him.
Does
Certainly.
he wave me to?
Here it is.
He peers down on it, almost like crouching on a knee, and he says, "It looks like the friend rune. Goes by the name of Ven. Says that thing's probably magical. Should take
Sounds
some time to
delightful.
identify it."
Certainly. I will.
Friend. It says friend.
Yeah, it was around the neck of that thing with the chains.
That's ironic.
Oh, the butcher.
He looks from the butcher to the strange creature with the 3 tentacles, and he seems to be trying to figure out their relationship to each other.
It was a sexual one.
That is a foul beast.
He
I pat Belfreen on the back and say, "Friend, let's take that as a good omen." And I give her the cheesiest smile I can.
Harshnag rolls his eyes.
Yes, it's always good to make friends.
Should we search their bodies?
Go ahead.
Up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Definitely.
searching the two-headed man with dreads.
Oinker, boinker.
So, Oinker Boinker. He looks like he smells like pig shit. He is
He
covered
looks
in
like he
mud.
smells like pig shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He is covered in pig
Wow,
shit. He smells
his
like
smell is so strong. I feel I can see it.
it is really, really strong. It's practically wafting off of him. And then you can take a closer look at him, and it doesn't look like he's got very many belongings except for what looks like a very large, almost like rusty iron key. It's on a single key ring, and it is you wouldn't say it was giant sized, but it is a pretty large key.
I found the key to my heart.
I'll snag it. That'll come in handy.
That might get us access to someplace valuable or important.
You also notice he's got a little, not a little, but you would say a very large, almost like a backpack sized bag at his side. And it's kind of soft, and as you open it, you can smell what looks to be like a variety of feed, corn and other dried grains.
Pig feet.
Oh, he was a farmer. What a nice gentleman.
Oh, right. He just tried to kill this. What a nice gentleman he is.
You guys can make anyone can choose to make an animal handling intelligence check, if you wish. I will also allow nature intelligence.
I do
Probably
those
proficient
things.
in animal.
I'm proficient in both of those.
Okay, so Kareem, somehow you know this, but it looks like it resembles the kind of feed that you would give to, pigs. The kind of feed that would be in a trough for pigs to eat. And considering that he smells like pig shit, that's your best guess. Is that he is some sort of caretaker for the pigs, which would kind of explain his name.
Did anybody see pigs while you were over there?
Only
Look at Zorana, because she was the one who spied.
sheep.
You remember seeing
Yeah.
sheep, but no pigs.
No pigs whatsoever.
Weird.
As you're looking over the bugbears as well, even though they don't really, let me just confirm, but I will check if they have valuables. But the bugbears do also have the same strong pig shit smell to them. And you also notice that they have similar pig feed bags.
Man, this place smells terrible.
I guess it's hill giants, right?
They are fans of bacon.
Yeah.
I do love bacon.
What about the monster? Does it have anything on it?
What do you mean, Slub? The butcher? Or the
Oh,
The
The
big
other
old
creature.
smelly
Yuck.
monster.
Oh,
You got anything?
so the only thing you notice from that creature is that it is extremely, extremely smelly. It smells like hot garbage on a summer day, and
Does it
also
smell like a pig?
rotten meat.
No.
No, it doesn't smell like
It
a,
smells like
a
garbage.
pig. It smells really, really bad.
Take
What
some
does
of
the
the
butcher
teeth
smell
from it. Make a nice necklace, Kareem.
Oh, it's
It's,
pretty disgusting. Its mouth is all saliva ridden, and it's it's not pleasant to search through. I mean, just being near the thing almost makes you want to retch.
Could I use like a knife or a dagger to take away some teeth?
Oh, why do you want to harvest this thing?
Actually,
It is
do
an abomination. I am quite concerned that there were two aberrations in the compound of these hill giants.
Oh yeah, that thing. I think I've seen one of those things before. Call them garbage monsters or something. Yeah, I think. I think their names start with an O or something like that.
Orangutans.
As you're kind of like poking around with the with your knife, Kareem.
Uh-huh.
Are you wearing any gloves?
I'm wearing my
Yeah.
armor. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
gloves on that.
It's gauntlets.
Gauntlets.
Yeah,
Sure.
he's got.
Sure.
Yeah.
So first thing you notice is that its saliva is very, very sticky.
Mm. Okay.
And it is now all over your knife, and it makes it very difficult for you to sever or cut out any of the teeth. You would need something very strong, almost like a piece, like a plier tool or something like that, to actually pull the teeth out of the jaw.
Okay. This isn't worth it. I'm gonna walk away. I don't have a player. I mean, maybe I have something, but
I mean, you could probably sever a tooth if you hacked at it really hard with maybe a hand axe.
I do have one of those, but I'm good. I don't need it.
You don't need a tooth necklace out of that thing.
Oh, Winter, you look just as bad as I do.
He licks you.
As I was saying, let's see here if the bugbears had anything on them.
What was your name again? Belfrin?
Belfrian.
Belfrian. Nice to
Yes.
meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet
I
you.
pull out my hand with a bunch of slime on it.
Oh no, I'm not touching that.
So you're like good with animals and stuff?
I'm good with the spirits.
Oh, spirits.
You made all those monkeys come. That was cool.
Apes.
Yes, yes.
Common misconception. Apes, monkeys. Very different species.
So aside from getting really dirty, the bugbears don't appear to have anything on them.
Okay. Does the butcher have anything on him? I don't think we've searched him really.
He only had the gavel around his neck.
Oh, okay.
All right, if you're done looting these corpses, maybe we should go a little farther away and rest up.
Yeah, how far are we?
You
Exactly.
are exactly or approximately about a mile away.
A mile away. Yeah, we should probably get like 2 miles away, right? Because couldn't the tower say 2 miles in the daytime?
Well, I see 1 mile.
In the daytime, correct, but it is currently night.
Right. But if we're gonna camp and we're gonna wake up in the morning, we probably want to be out of there soon.
Go about another mile, try and find some tree coverage. Camp out.
Yeah, you don't think that that's a problem. Navigating with Zorana's help, considering she's been your guide so far, you're able to travel another mile in a southeastern direction, and takes you only about, let's say, about 20 minutes. So you leave the bodies behind.
Well, we're not gonna burn it. Make a big bonfire.
I mean, that's something Kareem would do. But
There's only a bare hint of moonlight coming through the clouds occasionally, but otherwise it's a pretty dark, quiet trek. You find a small copse of trees that you think would be suitable enough to place a camp next to. But considering that cover here is very sparse, if there were a flying creature to perhaps see you during the day, like a hobgoblin on a wyvern, you might get spotted. However, Emin does have the ability to cast that stone hut that he's been casting so far. Unfortunately, it is not enough to house Harshnag.
Oh, Harshnag, you are not easy to hide.
I'm a fucking huge giant. What do you expect?
I have an idea. We've done this before. We'll just gather a lot of plants.
Oh no, you're not making me sleep in that fucking grass again.
To grab
works for
two
winter.
trees and hold them and pretend to be a tree.
It's not going to work either.
You can't hold trees while you're sleeping.
Do we have?
You're right.
Yeah,
I
I have
don't
nothing
know.
that could help him.
Maybe you can make me a ghillie suit.
Right.
Yes, giant grass. See?
See, we're back to plan A.
Back
That
to
was
the
a
giant
joke.
grass.
It's a joke.
Not a joke. You already said it. Wait. Who's
A bunch
got-
of grass would be a good idea. We just put it all around you.
a
Using the
minute.
toe. Wait, do we have that toe thing anymore?
Wait a minute.
No,
Or
Zinfandel.
did-
Zinfandel
No, Zinfandel
had
had
the
it.
toe.
Well, there goes the giant grass idea anyway.
Damn it.
Fuck.
I like that toe.
Yeah, maybe you should have asked her to leave it behind before she skedaddled off.
You know, we didn't have that luxury, Harshnag, so why don't you just shut the fuck up?
He looks like he's about to respond, and then he just stays quiet. He sits down in the grass with his elbows on his knees.
So we moved off. So we're around how many miles out now? I'm sorry. 2. Okay.
Do we keep moving?
No.
Well, we already set up
To
camp. It looks like.
attack. We should just rest.
Well,
What's the likelihood they'll find us?
we should set up some watch then.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if we rest and then someone gets close and we can just kill them before they go report back, and then we go back to sleep, and then we're good to go.
Or they could, see where we are, report back with the scout, and ambush us in the morning.
Could happen.
We're giving the gods ideas. Let's just go to the bed.
I'll pray extra to Ilmater. He'll be good.
All right. Okay. So no fire.
No
Is
fire.
that correct?
Yep.
No fire.
Okay. Are you setting up a watch?
Yes.
You know, guys, for last night, I think I need to do some praying. I think I'm gonna go off a little bit and do some meditation.
Okay. Not for too long.
I just need to. I'm just gonna do some thinking tonight, But I'll be close. I'll be close.
Okay.
Harshnag says under his breath, "Do you need a tissue?" Hey, need some private time, boy.
I just need some thinking. You
Wait.
giants.
What is the tissue for? Crying, right?
I'll grab a twig that's in my hair and throw it at Harshnag. Shut up.
Harshnag makes a masturbation motion.
Oh, not in front of the children.
All right, well, I'm big, and you guys can stay in your stone hut, and I'll just go sleep over there in the opposite direction of Monkey Boy over here.
Yeah, you stay away, you motherfucker.
He says, "I'll see you in the
I'm pouting as I storm off.
So Emin rubs his hands together. Stone Hut appears. He says, "I'm going to sleep," and then he goes and walks inside. Meanwhile, Harshnag walks in the opposite direction of Thornburg.
I'll keep
Well-
first watch then.
I'll take second.
I'll take third.
All right. So
guess-
Thornburger, as you leave the camp, a familiar form pops into view next to you. Red-haired Seraphina. She says, "I'm glad to see that you're still trying." She says, "You fought a harsh and brave battle, but you were successful and still alive." She says,
I
"What do you
didn't feel
think of your?"
successful.
Well, none of you died. Even Zinfel managed to escape, but only because her father was saving her with magic. What do you
Yeah,
propose to
I
do
mean,
now?
Go find a little spot and like beat the shit out of myself, but but I also
Don't
kind
feed
of like
that tissue.
I don't really want to do that, Like, I want to whip myself. I mean, I didn't mean it like that.
She says, she looks like she wants to say something more, but then she responds with, "What do you hope to gain out of self-flagellation?" She says, "Although that is one aspect of the teachings of Elmauder,
I mean, I felt like suffer. I have to take on the suffering. You know,
Your microphone.
sorry. I need to, to take on the suffering. I feel like that's what Ilmater's all about, right? It's this, and I need to bear it. I just feel like when I fail, I don't know, but it's and a lot of anger, and I don't think that's what Ilmater's about.
but Elmauder is also about perseverance." She says, "One does not go into martyrdom seeking martyrdom. It just happens. You still live, and your friends rely upon you."
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna leave them, of course. I just feel a little lost. I feel like I need some light to guide me. I don't know. It's all darkness around.
Well, it is night, but I understand your metaphor.
No, I'm speaking literally. It's really dark right now.
She says, "Oh, perhaps Elmater has no more to offer."
But he's taught me so much. I just can't leave him.
She says, "There are other gods, you know. As an angel, I serve them all of the ones of the greater good. Perhaps I can teach you of others. You say you speak of light. Have you ever heard of the god Lathander?"
So,
I didn't
so
hear
much
that.
about him.
Oh.
I think I know. I think I heard of him. I don't really know much about him. I don't study much.
You should study more. She says, "Perhaps you should find a priest. Lathander is also known as the Morning Lord.
Or
Part of his tenets has to do with renewal and the dawn, self-perfection. He's a fierce enemy of undead, and he blesses those with new life."
I do like the sound of that. I could deal with a new life right about now. A new start. My same
nods.
friends, of course, but I feel like I need something a little fresh.
Perhaps you should start with a bath.
Perhaps I should.
She says, "Come, let us speak of Ilmater and greet the dawn." Oh, not of Ilmater, of Lathander, and greet the dawn. And she takes you aside to a high hill where you find your feet have wandered off to. And you realize quickly that as she's pointing out over the horizon, even though it's very dark, you can kind of see just a vague little like glimmer of purple at the edge there, and you realize that that's the horizon in the distance. She says, "That is east. That is where the sun will rise. You should greet it when it comes. Spend the night and rest as I teach you of what it means to worship such a god."
I'll be ready when that sun comes up. And I sit down and cross my legs and get in like a nice little meditative position.
Covered
Out
in like
into the
splatters
east.
of blood.
Yeah, and a little bit of pig shit.
All right. So she spends the evening sort of like lecturing you and telling you different stories and other idioms and teachings and proverbs of the religion of Ilmater, of Lathander. I keep saying,
Of
God.
Lathander.
I assume you're going to be staying awake for all of this. So,
Yeah. All that.
all right. So I want you to make me a Constitution saving throw, and then I also want you to make me a religion check.
Okay.
But you'll get advantage on the religion check.
Okay.
Oh, good thing you had that advantage.
For that advantage.
All right.
Wait, why do you have a -1 in religion? Wait, what?
It's intelligent.
I'm just stupid. I'm stupid with intelligence. I'm real. I told you I don't read much.
All right. So you try to absorb it. Nothing happens that night for the rest of you inside the hut, but Thornburg, you try to absorb a lot of the teachings, but it's kind of hard to think about. But because you're so tired by the time the morning comes around, you feel completely exhausted. And what that translates to is that you'll get a level of exhaustion. But as you're there with your half-closed eyes, looking off in the distance, as that line of purple on the horizon just continues to brighten and brighten, and then you see the clouds start to change, and almost like this little peaks of light start to appear, and then these huge, brilliant rays of purple and pink and gold as the sun begins to rise, just a little sliver over the horizon, and it brightens your eyes, and as soon as it hits you, you feel like this strange peacefulness wash over you, almost like all the hair on your arms and the back of your neck, and even this feeling of refreshment just wash over your head and body and tingle down your spine. And as the sunlight and the rising dawn comes over you, you even feel like you're cleaned, you're completely rejuvenated. The exhaustion just washes away from you like a wave pulling away from the beach, and all of the dirt and grime and cuts that you had on you, all of that mud, all of that spattered blood just completely fades away like sprinkles and disintegrates off into the air. Seraphina looks at you and she smiles, and as she does so, you feel her warm gaze, as if you know that she'll never leave your side, and then she fades away, leaving you with the dawn.
Great. I just quietly pick myself up, huge dopey smile on my face, and I come bounding down the hillside towards the towards the group.
All right.
And I say, good morning, rise and shine. And I'm just yelling that as I'm running down the hill towards the group.
Stop yelling!
Very good morning to you.
Eamon says, hut's about to dissipate. Guess we should make some breakfast. And just as he says that, the hut like disintegrates and leaving you guys there with your camp complete, or your rest complete. So yeah, everybody's gotten the benefits of a long rest. It is approximately dawn. Fortunately
Even
for
me?
you guys, yeah, even you, the exhaustion has washed away, so you are
Nice.
fine.
Nice. Just want to make sure.
And but you don't see Harshnag anywhere.
Shit.
Harshnag.
Up to the group, clean as a whistle. Big smile on my face.
You found the stream.
I say no. Sure. I have good news, everyone. I have been reborn.
Looks the same to me.
I don't know. Don't you see the glow?
He looks a little bit different. Something about him has changed. Could be maybe, he looks like maybe he's gotten a haircut. Maybe he's got some golden highlights in his hair. You're not really sure what it is. He's got a beard trim. He's looking pretty dapper.
Looks the same to me.
Are you feeling all right, Thornton? You think your mic again. Maybe you're lagging, or maybe I don't know.
I feel fantastic. Nope, I just keep accidentally hitting the mute button. My bad.
All right. Well, making sure.
No, I feel great. I feel great. Listen, I'll tell you what. Hit myself last night. Not one strike.
I'm happy for you.
Right.
Well, anyway, let's eat some breakfast, friends. We got some giants to kill. Where's Harshnag?
I don't know.
We
but
don't know.
I'm trying to sense for giants.
That's
right.
smart.
No roll necessary, correct?
No, just 1 minute concentration.
All right, so you spend a minute in deep concentration, and about 2 miles to the northwest, you could sense a number of giants coming from the direction of Grudhog. Those are the only giants within your 5-mile radius detection.
No Harshnag.
Only the giants in Grudhog.
And they're coming this
Shit.
way?
I can sense them moving, I guess.
Not that much.
Mm.
You could sense that they're in the vicinity and what general direction they are, but you
Mhm.
can't tell if they're moving.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to concentrate for longer.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute's not enough.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's definitely giants by Grudhog, but just one lone giant that would possibly be Harshnag. I'm not sure.
Do you think he's mad that I cursed at him last night?
No, don't
Guys.
worry about that.
I was just real worked up. I feel much better.
It is okay, Thornber.
You look better.
It happens.
It was a long day.
Indeed. it
We
was.
lost the other giant, Moog.
We don't know
What
that.
other giant?
You weren't there. You wouldn't know.
So you detect a total of 7 giants in that area.
In total in Grudhog?
Yep,
7 total giants in Grudhog.
that's correct.
The entire thing.
Maybe they went on vacation.
Oh, we know there are orcs and other things living there. Sheep, pigs.
The giants have not been our biggest problem so far. It's been the weird ass things the giants hang out with.
That's true.
The aberrations.
Are we going to try to go over there again?
We must.
The better
Emmett
plan,
says-
though.
I can go look for Harshnag if you want.
You do speak giant. Not that.
I do. But then again, I'm
Yeah,
afraid
I mean-
you guys might all die.
You leave us for 1 second and then you come back and then.
And while it doesn't really bother me all that much, it's
I mean,
lack of companionship that I will miss.
well, we can wait for you to get back, I guess.
You could, but then
Take
again,
forever.
Grud Hog might not like that too much. They might send more people coming to look for you, or they might shore up defenses, and then you'll have a much harder time getting in.
I feel like we got to take advantage.
Anyways,
Defenses in a
Well, we have
day?
week.
Without Harshnag? Oh boy.
Yeah, screw it. We're suicidal anyway. Let's do it.
Maybe
think-
Harshnag's there, you know? Hey.
You know, maybe without Harshnag, we could be a little bit more subtle about how we approach this.
Yeah, subtleness would help. How did you guys get in last?
Walked
waited
right
for
in.
night.
Invisibility. And sneaking. And giant grass.
How did that work out?
It worked.
Got in undetected.
I mean,
It didn't not work.
I would prefer a new technique. I think we should diversify.
Running like maniacs.
what we did. I think that's just the same technique. I think you're
No.
rewording it, but it's really the
That's
same thing.
The same. That's the same. What about that floaty cloud thing you can do, Eamon?
Yeah, I could do that.
I
I'd
don't know
have to
if it's a
switch
good-
runes and stuff like that, but yeah, sure.
I
I
don't
can get
know
us
if
to
it's
the
a good
jump level.
idea, but...
Switching runes. I don't think you've ever used those terms before.
Yeah,
Oops.
let's not talk about that.
Right.
Speaking of runes, did I tried to identify the gavel during the rest to find out what it is.
Ah, yes. Yes, you did. So that is a Gavel of the Ven rune, which does the following. As soon as I'm able to get it up on the screen. There you go. Bam.
Okay, that's a lot of stuff.
Amity. And Verity. We could make them all our friends.
Maybe we can try to trick them.
I feel like some kind of distraction.
How would
Say I'm
we
not the
distract
brains of the
them?
operation. I'm just saying an idea should be concocted by somebody.
You're right. We should do some kind of idea rather than just running in like very uneducated people.
Spiritual guide last night told me I should read more. Into that necessarily, but thinking more is a place to start.
Maybe we can lead them into water?
Mhm. I don't-
We can use the river to our advantage? There is a river.
Well, you know my opinion, Simon says. I'd rather just tear down the entirety of Grid Hog and be done with it.
It's not a terrible idea, but I think we would cause
How do
more
we
problems
do
than
that?
solve.
Problems, schmalbums. Golden Fields will recover. Who cares about a flood?
Alright, I don't think that's it.
No flood.
I
do like your
Looks
use
at
of
Alfred
the
for a
word
second, and then
schmalbums.
he just like shrugs.
No flooding. No flooding.
Cannot disturb the natural order.
maybe we can make them file down the line of some sort. Use the terrain to our advantage. We have the river. We could try tricking them. Maybe we can get one of the stupid ones to run off with his friends by using some kind of magic abilities we have. I don't know.
Do you think they would run out to actually chase us?
Do we even have
Or
good
would
magic
they
abilities?
stay inside the fortress? Usually people stay inside fortresses.
That is true. I mean, we can try and talk to them. Offer a peace talk. Maybe have a negotiation.
Yeah, I don't believe that's going to be a good idea.
I don't, yeah.
No?
Like, hey, we had this hill giant friend who wanted her hill giant husband. Can you possibly give us a hill giant treaty so we could get our hill giants back, and then everybody could be hill giant happy?
Yeah, that doesn't sound great. But,
All right.
it matters.
So then we're definitely just going to wipe them from the face of the planet.
I mean,
So,
as long as Moog and her husband are still alive, cross your fingers, they're not completely extinct as a race.
I don't think on the last.
Well, I'm sure
Giant
there are
Moog
more
is
hill
still
giants, and
alive.
they don't all just live in Grethog, and there aren't just 7 of them.
No, we saw them at Golden Fields, remember? I mean, we killed the ones we saw, so maybe I'm not making a great argument, but
Yeah, I don't think those are the last of the giants. Raymond says. Whatever you guys decide, I'm pretty sure Moog's dead.
Shh, don't say that.
who's Moog?
Not important.
I mean, she's
What
the
the
reason
freak?
we came here.
Yeah. Right. We don't have a reason to be here anymore. Let's go.
no, I mean, these giants aren't good people.
They've hacked down a forest next to their enclosure, and they're threatening the area around. Who knows when they'll attack?
We all know how
Another
nice
giant.
trees are.
You're right.
I was raised by trees.
If only we could somehow find out if Moog and or Hruk are still there.
Is there any evidence that they're the ones who knocked down the trees? I mean, it's a giant dam. So somebody came before them, didn't they?
Mhm.
The place. I mean, it's giant size home, right?
I don't know.
That's correct. The place is a giant-sized home.
Wait, did they live here beforehand? And we're just murdering them in their own home?
Probably.
Oh, you're pretty sure you're murdering them in their own.
Wait, I thought they took over this place.
No,
Oh,
this
No,
Oh,
no,
no.
this is their like base.
Wait, we've been
They
murdering
attack other
people.
places
Well, we just wanted to help
if they're
out Moog.
criminals.
Right, we're defending the world.
We're just Duran Valley here.
Okay, I have an idea. We get over to the other side of the river.
Mhm,
We show ourselves,
mhm.
lure them out, and we pick them off. I don't know. That's the best I got.
I mean, we could do another one of those firewall things that would. Actually, that wouldn't really pick them off. They could just walk around it.
Well, in the tunnels
Like separate 'em.
and caves, it can be quite effective. It's out in the open that we'd be
What
more
about
at a
this?
disadvantage.
We
We
could
can funnel them through an opening.
go out front of their little fence thing. Once a few of them come out, you put up the firewall. Them off. Like right in, you know what I'm talking about? That wooden fence,
Mhm.
like circular fence. If we
Mhm.
get some of them to run out, then we throw up the wall, and then we just fight like half of them, and then how long does that thing last?
Can you cast the wall on them? Would that just obliterate them? remote existence, or
Dark down.
I can.
One
I
orc.
don't know if it'll obliterate them. It'll burn them pretty nice. It should take care of any orcs and stuff, but giants.
I wonder if I could do one of those walls of fire.
can
Try
you?
it sometime. I mean, if Lathander's my guy, the whole world's my oyster.
Ooh,
Emin just looks at you for a second. How does that work?
I can definitely help funnel who we're facing. I can throw up some walls of fire, walls of thorns, if need be. So we wouldn't face the whole lot.
let's just burn the whole thing.
So is that what we want to do? We want to go out in front of the place? Be sure that they'll come out? They are awfully good at throwing rocks. They might just throw a bunch of rocks at us, and that hurts.
Yeah. Well, I'd want to check if Moog and or her husband are still around, really. And I don't know how we could do that without
I'll find out for
going
you.
in there.
You
Oh,
guys can get a little closer, maybe stay hidden, but I can fly over
you can
as an
fly.
owl.
You can turn into an owl?
Can you turn me into an owl?
Ah,
It's not
no,
how
no,
druids work.
Yeah, please turn Kareem into an owl. I like to see that.
I mean, that sounds kind of fun.
well, let me see here. I
If only I had
could
polymorph.
Maybe one day, huh?
polymorph. Oh yes,
We don't
could.
have.
I could prepare that one. Concentration. Yeah, I could take one person. Last an hour. Turn you
Maybe
into
we
anything
should-
you like.
Maybe we should take out the tower. That way they don't see us coming.
I don't think that works that way. This is a giant fortress.
Well, if
Does anyone
We
want to
don't
be
have-
turned into an elephant
Joe,
No.
question.
Dibs.
or a giant ape?
Does the tower have the bell? Is that where we're hearing it from when it was ringing? Could we have
Yes,
made that? Okay,
that's correct.
so that's the alarm system, guys. If we take out the alarm system,
And we could. Well, Emin could do the cloud
Mhm.
if we.
yeah, we
give
could
her
all
time
take.
to
We could all just fly to there.
prepare.
hmm
We
Or
also
tower.
could probably. We could probably be a lot sneakier now that we don't have
Harshnag.
big feet around.
Why don't we all just fly to the tower and take out their alarm system?
And you wonder why Big Feet left.
I'm sorry. I just don't remember people's names. Come up. Same thing happened with Squidward. It's a problem. I gotta work
Oh, I
on
love Squidward.
But I like that idea. Descending on a cloud onto the tower.
Mhm.
It
guess
sounds
we can-
badass.
We
Don't
can
they have
look
those
from
wyvern
above,
things
see-
though?
Sounds
Oh,
pretty
Oh
badass.
shit!
Yeah.
Yeah. They do
Well, if
have
we're in a
wagons.
cloud above where they're flying,
I
then
could
we
do
just
it.
descend.
Now, keep
Let's-
in mind, however, the cloud only lasts a minute, so we got to get pretty close.
Oh, a minute. Okay.
It's okay.
Well, how fast is
there's
the cloud?
there's trees that are nearby.
It's about as fast as somebody walking on foot.
That's pretty close.
Oh, crap, we have to get close before we do this.
Very close. Yeah.
Maybe it's better to send one.
Maybe we can just sneak up to the tower.
Well,
We could
Maybe. I
probably
don't.
move
My
to the
armor.
tower.
there are ladders that I saw that go to the tower, but I'm sure someone's in the barn looking thing. They'd have to be.
But
pretty
maybe
close.
if we come from that direction, our backup plan could be our original plan. That if we come on that side and then they all start running out, fight them out there. But
Whatever
then
we
we
do, we
could-
should take out the tower.
yeah, I'm down with that plan. We just charged right into the belly of the beast before. Maybe we need to like take off some of the extremities, and then we could.
And by
Move on
take out
in.
the tower, you mean set it on fire, right?
Yes.
Not just going into it and destroying whatever's inside.
No, we're not setting this thing on fire. That I already I did that plan. I asked for that plan last time, and you guys said no.
No fire. Right.
I-
So then, what are we doing by taking out the tower?
One of the things in there,
Hey,
so
Benadryl.
that they won't light the bell.
Yeah, no alarm
so they won't-
system, and we can possibly sneak into the next area.
Go piece by piece. We don't have to fight them all at once.
Mm-hmm.
If we take out.
Ape
the-
lady. Ape lady.
Hyman just chuckles to himself.
Are you speaking to me?
Yes, of course.
Yes. What is it?
Why don't you take somebody to the tower? We take that thing out, and then we figure out what we want to do afterward.
Pincer maneuver. Is that what you mean? Like some people come in from
Well,
flying, some
if we
people come
if we stop them from seeing us coming, then we don't have to sneak.
smart guy.
Yes.
But do you think just two of us can take out the tower?
Maybe we should scout it.
Well, no, never mind. I just realized I can fly.
You're right.
That's a little
Only-
more.
I can only do it for a minute though.
Oh.
The problem is
Fella
is
friend, do you
Emmett.
want to go just check this thing out?
Sure. You want? I can scout the whole area, then come back with numbers and positions, and maybe we can come out with a better plan.
Why don't we start? I'm sure it's faster for you to fly, so we could start moving at least a little closer
They can see us though.
while
if we
you
get
go
close
scout it out. Oh yeah, that's right. We're like just out of their range, huh?
Right.
Yeah, scat it out. Tell us if you see a fat, questionably female hill giant that isn't gigantic, but obviously regular giant size, and then a really bony looking male hill giant. And let us
Sure.
know, I guess, if they're both still there. Or are there at all.
Sounds like a plan.
A second. Let me see how long this spell lasts. Yeah, never mind.
Go ahead, lady.
I will give you my. I'll say good luck. I have nothing to help you.
Well, hopefully, I can get in and out undetected.
All right, so
You'll be an owl. You'll be.
I'll be an
Normal.
owl.
what's the plan? Can we recap here?
I'm gonna fly in as a barn owl and kind of just look at what's in the tower. Try and fly into the main hall. Kind of get the numbers and positions. See if the boulders have moved, if fortifications are in place, and then I'll, assuming I live, they don't throw boulders at me and slaughter me, I will come back and tell them what I see.
And see if
So
you
they can
find
have a better plan.
Moog and or
Do
possibly
wait
Brian.
before you go. Do we have anything for her to talk to us in case she does get captured? And
She'll be
That
an
the die?
owl. I don't think owls can talk.
where she could have something on a
Right.
person like a stone thing, right? Didn't we have one of those before?
Well, the sending stones we supposedly had, Emmon says he doesn't have, so.
Damn it. Well,
I swear, I don't know where those things are. It says
Never
completely
mind.
straight faced.
okay. Well,
All right.
Do you know how to do sending? Do you know that spell? That spell, I don't have it ready
no.
right now.
The best thing I
Yeah.
can do is write up to 10 words in the clouds in the sky.
Keep all our eyes peeled.
I think that would be really obvious to everyone looking at the sky. Unless, I guess, people aren't paying attention to the sky.
Yeah,
No,
they're
if it's
just
like an
looking at the-
SOS, it's the last resort.
Okay.
If you need us to come rushing, write something in the sky, and we'll come rushing.
All right.
All right. So, from what I am hearing, Belfrian is going to turn into a barn owl, fly to Grudhog, scout, and then report back by flying back on what you saw. Right?
Yep.
Mhm.
And meanwhile, what are the four of you guys doing?
I have something funny that I want to do.
So, are you doing this before she leaves or after?
Doesn't matter. I'd probably do it as soon as the plan is set and she's gonna leave.
All right, so Belfrian, you change shape into a brown barn owl, and you fly off in the direction of Grudhog.
Okay.
Right, Kareem?
Oh, I wanted to check the bag of holding for that urn we had. Remember that urn a long time ago?
Yeah, did you guys ever open that urn? I don't think
No,
you
we
did.
didn't.
No, we knew that it had a spell cast on it.
And there was
Oh,
abjuration magic attached to it.
You're trying to reach in the bag while I'm
No.
holding it?
You want
Yeah.
me to?
Yeah.
I'll let him reach because I
Bell-
don't know what he's going for, but if I see him pull it
Spell
out.
the magic on that?
Can I see what is this thing made out of? I'm just curious. Is it like a clay urn? Is it like some kind of metal urn? What is
So
it?
it looks just like the picture, and it looks to be made of what appears to be brass.
Does it seem like it's easily breakable?
Kareem, what are you doing with that?
No, this thing is heavy. It's heavy and solid metal. You could tell that there's something inside because you can kind of feel the weight shift.
I'm trying
You know-
to
And if you
take
shake it
back.
really hard and listen, you can actually hear something.
Okay, what does it sound like? Like ashes, I assume? It's an urn.
Probably, maybe bits of bone.
Okay.
Maybe that are small rocks.
I was thinking we take this and we throw it at them.
Emmett just looks
See
at
if
you.
As long as you're not throwing it at us.
Even if I should like.
That was one
dispel-
time, Sarana. One time.
Uh-huh.
So, despite the briskness of the morning, though, as you're holding it, you do feel comfortable. You can tell that like everybody's got their cloaks and their hoods up, and maybe they're kind of huddled in their cloaks, trying to keep warm. But as soon as you are holding the urn and fooling around with it, you notice that it doesn't appear to be, or it doesn't feel as cold this morning to you as it did before.
Did we ever? Self was magical. Did we ever like inspect it?
Yeah.
You did. You determined that it was magical and it radiated abjuration.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have like a spell on it. It itself is magical.
It could have a spell on it, which would in turn make it
That's-
magical.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have all these items. We should use them.
Well, maybe next time we take a rest, we should actually like look at that urn, see if we can figure out what it does.
I was just hoping to throw it. Maybe it'd explode on them.
And if it's like protected, explode if we open it, I can dispel that, and then we can just open it and get whatever cool thing is inside.
Which
Or we can explode
really
it on
would
our enemies.
probably just be ashes and ashes.
Well, but then why has it got the spell on it?
I don't know.
Something in there. Well, let's
Maybe people put a spell of
cut
protection
to
on it
Belfrian.
to protect people.
Cut to
from
Belfrian
break-
as you guys All right, Belfrian. So you're getting close. It's still pretty early morning because you guys just came out of the hut. You talked for a little while. You maybe ate some cold breakfast of, cheese and sausage in the morning as you guys are standing around deciding what to do. You get to Grudhog relatively quickly because it's only 2 miles away. You're a barn owl, correct?
Yes.
So, what's your speed? What's your flight speed?
It is 60.
Okay. So, as you get close, the first thing you can see, which really, really good vision, because you're an owl, is there seems to be a whole ton of chaos, or I wouldn't say chaos, but scattered bodies in this section, where you see 5 tents and a smoldering bonfire that looks like it is going out. Probably close to being extinguished entirely. You can see that there is an open cage, and there are 2 bodies of hill giants still lying on the floor. One appears to be a woman. She is not moving. She looks like she's kind of beaten pretty heavily. You can see that her face is kind of mashed in, and she's got bruises all over her body. And then there's also there a couple of other bodies standing with them or lying on the ground with them. These guys look like they're medium humanoids, perhaps orcs or bugbears, and they appear to be like situated in odd angles as if they were like tossed aside like rag dolls. And then the last body is another hill giant, emaciated, badly cut up. You see that there are spatters of blood everywhere all over that section where the tents and the smoldering bonfire are. And his body is not moving and face down pretty much on the ground. You also notice that there's a large number of pens there filled with sheep that are meandering about, and a couple of probably one bugbear that's kind of like just watching and keeping his eye on the area, but he's not doing anything with the bodies. He's just sitting there like looking around. He sees you and then he just puts his hand up to like shield his eyes from the sun because he doesn't look like he likes being outside. This huge rock on the map itself is actually blocking the palisade itself. So it's not at its current position. It's actually in the doorway of the palisade. Okay.
That's what I thought.
The other rock, the one that somebody just pinged on the map, I think it was Ryan, is also blocking this doorway. Okay, and you don't see anybody standing outside. You do see in the tower there are what looks to be 4 hobgoblins, and they have longbows out, and one of them even sees you and like gets a really suspicious look on his face, and he starts knocking an arrow.
Try and fly up out of his view.
Sure, you're pretty far away from him, but he is pretty confident, and he thinks he can actually take a shot at you with his longbow.
Killing
Although
these animals.
you are pretty high up, you're still within his long range, so he's going to have disadvantage on this attack, and he rolls a 9 and misses you. I assume.
I
Misses
hope
you.
so. There is owl. Here's the owl. Owl. Yes. Barely
Yeah.
misses me.
Oh,
Holy shit.
My AC is 11.
So one of the hobgoblins kind of like smacked you upside the head, but now you're so high up that you really can't see what they're doing in the tower. You can see a light trickle of smoke coming out of this hut that sort of looks like a small little house with a chimney. Aside from that, you don't see any other movement out. No sign of a hobgoblin on a wyvern either.
and there was no sign of skinny man or skinny giant.
Yeah, there was.
There was.
Oh, there was?
Uh,
Oh.
Yeah, I described him as being here.
Oh, okay, so something.
All right.
So, as I also said, that cage seems to be like the door is like wide open on that cage.
All right. Let's. Can I dive down to this here window? Well, let me circle. I circle around for a while, trying to give the hobgoblin time to forget that he saw me. And then when after like say 10 minutes, I'm gonna try and dart down.
Okay. As you're flying around for like 10 minutes, you can see that the chimney at the top of the building, the very large building, starts to smoke, and you can smell the scent of cooking meat.
I love fresh food.
You can see that as you're circling around, that one of the hobgoblins, maybe the one that shot you before, is like still on the outskirts of the inside of the tower, and he keeps looking up at the sky, and he's seeing you, and he seems to be talking very excitedly to his hobgoblin companions, who seem to be scoffing at him.
I might have to. All right. I'm gonna try and go on the opposite side of this house. I'm hoping opposite side of his view and see if there's any windows down that way.
Yep. So just like on the southern side of the house, you can see that there are also. Let me just be sure of this. You can see that there's a single window that almost looks like it's dead center in the wall itself on that side of the large house. In addition to that, there seems to be a pier, you can see, or a dock of some sort built onto that side of the house as well. And that pier actually descends down into the water. And standing there is a hobgoblin who's dressed kind of like a fly fisherman. He's got a wide-brimmed hat. He's holding a fishing pole, and he's standing on the edge of the pier with a fishing pole, like in the water, and he seems to be fishing for fish. I'm going to put you on this map, by the way.
Hobgoblin's just taking a day off,
So
Perfect
just
time for
give me a
fishing, I
s- Give me a second. Can you guys see that map at all?
I see black.
Just blackness.
Yeah,
Right?
it's all blank.
Black.
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 It's a big map, though.
Yeah, pretty big map. What about you, Belfreen? Can you see?
Yes, I do. Okay. Cool.
So at the moment, the guy, the hobgoblin who's fishing, does not seem to notice you. Or if he does, he doesn't really care.
All right, cool. Just one guy. And then behind him is like a door of some sort.
Yeah, what it looks like is very large, heavy curtains that seem to be orange-red in color.
Oh, okay. This thing. Okay.
What about now? Can you guys see now?
Black.
Susan?
Black.
Still black for you guys?
Black. Black.
Interesting. It's a sunny day.
Black.
Yeah, hold on. I'm fixing things. What about now?
Black.
Or though, if that helps.
Oh. It's black.
Oh! It's black. Wait, I see. Black.
Still black?
Yes.
All right. Same thing for you, Thornberry, right? Yeah, I don't know. So Belfreen. Yeah, that's what you see.
No worries.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, and this
You should
must
be able to see the
window
entire
this
map,
way.
though, right? Except for
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
the
just-
parts that you can't
Yeah, not
see
the
because the
inside.
dynamic lighting is blocking it.
Yeah, see the tower and logs in the water and.
I mean, it could be
Damn.
charcoal color. Yes, I would.
Oh god, poor Joe. Has to deal with us.
It's all right. It's
Is
all right.
this the window?
I tried. I don't know what to do to get you to see it. So
I would think our tokens or something. I don't know. Maybe our tokens have to be on it, but
but you're
Oh,
not
no.
there, so I can't.
yeah,
put
I
your
know.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right.
it's okay.
So, what were you asking me, Jay? If what's a window?
Is this the window?
This is the window.
All right.
Did you see where I pinged on the map?
I'm gonna fly over that way. Let's see.
Well, you're small enough to actually go right through it.
Oh, I don't know if that's wise. Let me just perch onto it.
You wanna
Okay,
get-
so you stop and you perch onto it. I think I'm gonna have to move you a little bit closer inside.
Yeah. I'm still in the water. Right there.
Can you see
Oh.
inside now?
Oh God. Yes. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Oh god. So this looks like a ginormous feasting hall. It is filled with hill giants, ogres, goblins. There's huge oil lamps and iron sky that are mounted to thick wooden pillars. And you see that there are support rafters 30 feet from the floor up to the roof, which peaks 65 feet overhead. And you also notice that there's a 10-foot wide, 20-foot high wooden ledge that surrounds the outskirts of the room. There's a wooden ladder itself that climbs up to the ledge. And as for the windows, they actually are a couple of feet above the ledge themselves. And they let in shafts of natural light into the hall. You see 8 sturdy but battered wooden tables covered with globs of grease, gnawed bones, empty casks, and scraps of food that stand near the north and the south walls. Huge empty barrels that lie around and underneath them. You see that refuse covers the entire dried mud floor, and in the middle of which look to be 2 20-foot diameter circular holes that are topped with crisscrossing wooden beams that seem to be held in place by mud cement. The beams seem to be far enough apart that probably a creature of humanoid size would be able to fit between them without having to squeeze. You can also tell that there's a faint sound of the squealing of pigs, and in general, this hall smells like ale, food, body odor, sweat, and refuse. The most outstanding thing, however, in the hall, aside from all the creatures here, is one particular creature, which you can only think might be the hill giant leader. I'm not sure if you actually heard her name or not before, but she is huge. She lies at the west end of the hall, slumped atop a 4-wheeled flatbed wagon that seems to be bending and creaking under her great bulk. The wagon's axles are so cracked and bowed that you can see that the wheels are they're bent inward and outward. And piled atop the wagon, there seem to be bones and other refuse from her recent meals. And you can even see the glint of other, perhaps treasures, underneath the massive bulk of her globulous weight. In her thick arms, she's holding what looks to be 2 gigantic ham hocks that she is just tearing through. And bringing her food from a room that lies just to her right. So in general, in this direction, and I'm not sure if you can see my blue arrow or not.
Yes, I do.
It does look like these 3 goblins here, they appear to be her waiters, where they're like bringing her an endless stream of more food and drink to eat.
Oh, jeez. How lovely.
None of the hill giants here or the ogres appear to be female. But she does appear to be female. You can tell by her long, stringy, greasy hair and her ginormous, floppy breasts that she is clearly a female.
Oh, Venus of Willendorf right there.
She thick.
Oh, jeez.
She thick.
What the hell? Why do you have that?
It's for our costume for another character. Fake tits.
Yeah, that's who she plays in our other game. Yikes.
Nice. So this is what she looks like, even though you really cannot see the full bulk of her weight. But this is her.
Oh god.
Man, she's beautiful.
Oh,
She's got
That's
a well.
wiping material.
She's got a
Sword.
well on her
She
head.
literally has a well as
On
a
her
hat
head.
and a sword for her nose.
Sword for the nose ring. That's amazing.
Oh god.
Like you could just tell, like you could see how big she is just from that picture alone, right?
Man,
Yeah,
is that
she's
picture from the
humongous.
book?
Yeah, that picture's from the book.
She's bigger than
That's
a
awesome.
regular giant. She's like, oh my god.
She's got some nice
She's a crown as a piercing.
And
Yeah, that is
She's got
so
shields
cool.
as
Lots of
earrings.
cool
Shield
loot.
earring. Yeah, this is awesome.
She could swallow any of us whole.
Mhm.
So, can you understand Giant?
Yes.
Okay. So she's calling out in a big, booming, guttural voice, although it's female. She's like, "God wants more food." She booms throughout the entire hall, and the goblins just seem to be, like I said, going to and fro, some sort of kitchen that's past that room. Nobody has noticed you, by the way, perched up there.
Thank goodness they're gonna eat me alive.
God.
Well, that can't wait to report on this.
One other thing that you'll notice is that there is a red curtain here. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a man behind it, pulling strings.
So you said that there's right where I am is a walkway that's elevated about what 20 feet up?
20 feet off the ground, 10 feet wide.
Okay.
You think you also hear what sounds like the barking or like a wolf howl, and
Wolf
it came
howl.
from this direction.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, this area right here, that looks to be like these giant iron bars jutting up out of the ground, as if it's some sort of prison or cage.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff happening in this room.
Hey, as long as you
And
don't
what's your perception check? What's your passive perception as an owl?
Let me see. Where's my owl thing? Okay. Passive as an owl is 13.
Okay. So I said that these bars were wooden. I lied. I'm sorry, iron. I lied. They are wooden.
And they have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or sight.
All right. So why don't you make me an active perception check,
Okay.
which you have advantage on because it's sight.
12.
No. Okay.
Not too great.
So you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay. Nothing out of the ordinary, just giants everywhere. That's ordinary. Okay, well, that was interesting. I am not going in this room. They look like they'll eat fresh meat. Little old scrawny me. All right.
So God turns over her to look over at the giant next to her, and she says, "You stupid! Go outside. Bring in dead bodies. No food waste."
Cannibals.
And then he nods his head stupidly and says, "Oh yes, God, right away, God." He says, "I'll tell Dung to move rock," and he lopes on over, and he looks like he's walking over to this side of the room. You saw the arrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
He moves the curtain out of the way, and you just get a shadowy glimpse into there, but you don't really see anything as he moves past the curtain and into that what looks to be maybe a foyer. Fourier.
Okay.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you guys, what are you doing? You still playing around with the urn?
I put it back in the bag. More urn.
I need to roll to recharge my wand of magic missiles that I unloaded on that guy. And I'm looking up right now.
I think you rolled it right when you unleashed all the charges.
I have to roll to recharge. It's like 1d every day at dawn.
Oh, never mind.
It
Yeah, you're right.
recharges.
Correct.
So because it's empty right now. But I think it's 1d6 plus 1, I believe.
You released it all last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The canon that Thornbur masturbated last night. There's been enough.
It's pretty canon.
There's been enough innuendos about it. It hasn't.
No, not nearly enough.
I think you need an extra one.
3.
Nice.
So I got 3 charges.
All right.
But yeah, besides that, just twiddling my thumbs.
So Emmond says, so what do we do when she doesn't come back?
Saying things
Yeah,
like
we
that.
just leave.
Have some faith.
I'm not sure I like the new Thornbear.
Zorana's been looking pretty kind of distraught the whole time anyway. So she's
I
just
guess
sitting
I
there.
would be working on making stuff.
Siege
I don't know,
engines.
how long is this taking?
Huge engines.
So
Battering
far,
ram?
Belfrine has been gone for maybe 30 minutes.
Eh,
Awesome.
I figure I don't have enough time.
All right. So you guys are kind of just like sitting around playing cards.
Staring at the ground.
Ask Emmett if he has any books that mention Lathander that I could read
Should we look for
I don't think
about religion.
for some herbs?
Or herbs.
I have bug repellent.
So he looks at Thornbury and he
Potions?
says, books, but guess I could tell you a little bit about them. How much you going to pay me?
In friendship.
You know that him and Chantea bone, actually. It's true.
Wait, that's not Susan's god. Who's Susan's god? I mean Zorana. Hello.
Sylvanas.
Who is this Susan you're
Well.
talking about?
Hello. Walked right through it. Sorry about that.
Sylvanas isn't Chantea.
Sylvanas.
Shantea sounds like
one
a
of those
good
nature
ring.
gods.
I'll take 2 Shanteas, please.
Yeah, what's Shantea about? handbook
Damned
in
if
front
I
of me.
know. I mean, she was big in Golden Fields.
Yeah, that's what they told
Shantea,
us.
Shantea.
She's like a goddess
Yeah.
of the harvest. or
God of
something.
harvesting and bountiful.
Nice.
You know, she's
Well,
always
Golden
depicted with
Fields
like
like
really
her.
big tits in all the art. Right?
That's always good, I guess. mean,
Anyway,
So if she's in Golden Fields, I bet she's heard of us. Brian like Shantea. Oh man, I gotta
Yeah.
talk to her when she gets back.
if she ever comes back,
What are you talking about, Thornberg?
Oh,
Who?
I'm thinking about gods. Do you believe in any gods?
Me? Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Of
it's
course I
hard not
believe
to
in
believe in
gods.
them, right? Like you met my
Do I worship
angelic
any
guide.
gods? No, not really. My people do, though. Very strictly, actually. But me myself, I don't really worship. I know a lot because I was taught it.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant like you know them, like
Oh,
No.
parties with them and such.
I don't talk to gods.
I don't think many people talk to gods, actually. And if they do, they're probably lying.
I mean,
What is your god again, Evan?
Oh, I don't have one.
Wait, I thought you said something about this. Ayo. Ayo.
Yeah, well, I mean, Ao is a god. Sort of like the god, but I couldn't really say if, nah.
Yeah, you don't seem like you're of the right mind right now. Maybe I should ask
No.
you later.
you seem a little out of it.
Let's talk about that another time.
I fill up my stone pipe with tobacco and start.
You find your tobacco pouch is running low.
No, it has 89 uses. I've been keeping track.
It's running low. You
I mean,
have
for
6 uses left.
really?
What?
Why would you do that to me, Joe? That's all I got.
Somebody's been stealing your tobacco.
What?
Either that or you've been smoking way too much of it.
This is weird. I feel like my tobacco's gone.
No. You mind
was
if
getting-
I take a drag of that?
Yeah, sure. There you go.
No, I feel it's a new dawn. There's a first time for everything. Let me try it out.
That's how I always feel. You know, go with the flow.
I start coughing.
Are you okay,
crazy.
Thornber?
My face gets really red. Oh, no, no.
Anybody else want to try it?
No, no, thanks.
Okay, let's just wait for our owl friend to come back.
All right. So back to Belfrian. What are you doing next?
Okay, I think I've got a good idea about the perimeter of this place. I guess I'll just swing on by the dock again.
All right, the guy is there, still fishing. You notice that he's got a barrel next to him, and he's putting literal fish in the barrel.
It's the little dock, and it comes. Now this, from the water, this is a steep hill over here that go where the tower is lying on, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And those guys are manning it from the top, right? Or are they on the bottom?
No, they're manning it from the top, and the tower itself, I believe, is 40 feet high.
Oh, geez.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is 60 feet tall. And the bluff itself is 80 feet high. So they have a good, nice surrounding view, 140 feet up.
Okay.
You also notice from this angle you can see a brass gong hanging from the inside roof of the tower. And on one of the posts that provides support to the roof, there is a wooden mallet hanging from a rope on a peg.
There was some way to disable that. No, not gonna take any risks.
You know that the hobgoblins are doing a pretty good job looking out north, south, east, and west.
Oh, so they're looking in all directions. Not just towards land. They're watching the water. Okay.
You hear Ga inside bellow out in giant. Me want more food.
Wants more food. Now those goblins were going down in like this back area, so I could assume that's some kind of kitchen, perhaps. Okay,
Maybe one day
Alright.
she'll be back.
I'm gonna fly back. Give them the
All
report.
right, you're flying back. I'll put you back on that map.
Do a zigzag, no straight lines. Gonna get shot.
Okay. So you return. You see the barn owl fly up to land on the ground, change back to the form of Belfry, and I assume.
Yep. Do I have a story to tell you guys?
Oh God, what?
Whoever runs this place must have eaten literally 4 hill giants herself, cause she's massive.
Oh, that must be the
Guh.
what was our name again?
Guh.
Yeah, right, the Guh.
The guh.
Gah. All right. Yeah. Gah. I saw her main feast hall, and she just seems to be eating endless food.
Moog did mention that she wants to get big, really big, which I assume could have something to do with the ordering. She wants to make herself massive.
She is big. She has a necklace of shields and swords. As a hat. She has shields for earrings. I mean, this.
Does she look like she could get out of the building?
I don't think she moves.
It makes her an easy target.
Oh man,
The room
burn the place down.
was she had goblin servants, about like a row of 4 ogres in front of her, and a scattering of hill giants in the main room.
At least
That's
7,
gonna be a
right?
Well, I saw 4 in that main room. I didn't see the other 3. And then there's hobgoblins all about. 4 hobgoblins in the tower, keeping an eye out in each direction. There's a dock on the little lake there. There was a guy fishing, a hobgoblin fishing. Let's see. Oh, and out in front, both of the boulders are sealing the entrances, and the cage in the front area where the sheep are is open, and there's like 2 bodies over there, giant bodies. So
They look alive?
Probably
Couldn't-
Moog and her.
couldn't tell. One looked female and one looked like an emaciated hill giant,
Oh God.
pretty beaten up. Don't know if they're alive or dead yet, but that Guh person did call for bodies for some extra food. Don't know if they were talking about those or some other things.
We gotta go help him. That could possibly be Moog.
We have to split the party.
Yeah, because that's always a smart idea.
Well,
Did you check out? Did we see the tower? Do we know what's in the tower?
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
there's
she
4
said that.
hobgoblins in the tower. It's
right, that's
60
right.
foot tall.
That's right.
It's on an 80-foot bluff.
we could use the cloud to all get up there, kill them all.
Well, they'll see us
But
coming
we'd have to
if
sneak
we're
to
on
get
the
to them.
cloud.
I think we could do hobgoblins. We could do the other plan. Belfry and 2 of us can take out 4 hobgoblins, no problem.
But they'll see us
Who
coming.
does the most damage? Who do you think? would-
Polymorphed, and you get in, right? If 2 owls fly in, and then turn into back to.
Right. It's less noticeable. They wouldn't suspect it.
The that doesn't go off.
So who wants to be the owls?
Well, I don't do damage from close up.
I don't know. Maybe we don't need to worry about that. I was just.
Well, that would if we take that out, then they'll have no way of seeing the rest of our party coming. We don't have to sneak anymore.
But if they do see
At least
us
it's a lot
coming-
easier.
Yeah.
Let's go and attack that. Then the rest of us run in.
We could attempt to sneak to the tower.
Let's fly to the tower. 2 people, take them out.
And everybody
Well-
else kind of sneaks closer and sets up near Grudhog.
Thornbird, do you think you could do? Or do you think I should
Yeah.
go?
Other one, I think it should be one of us, like a frontliner. Oh,
I say you. You.
sounds good. Me and Belfrian.
I bring more utility than I do
And you can quickly fly out if you need to.
raw damage.
Yeah. Yeah, we can get back. Yeah, exactly. And I can actually fly if I need to
Mhm,
escape
mhm.
after I turn back into good old Thornbur.
Okay. Break.
Okay.
All right, so what's the plan? What are you guys doing?
So Belfrian is gonna polymorph me.
Okay,
Us are going to fly into the tower,
just the 2 of
Come-
you, right?
and then everybody else is going to.
Wait.
Well, we'll
Get
still
closer,
get
though.
Closer, yeah.
How close?
Because we're like 20 minutes away or like 40 minutes away by
It's a
walking.
mile.
You're 2 miles away, so
It's like 20 minutes.
if you hustle it, you're about 30 minutes away.
2 miles.
If you hustle.
I mean, if we can be sneaky taking out then that's fine. We could wait up there.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can.
That's right. So I know
I could
it
give you
sounds
a
like
signal in the
miles is
cloud.
nothing.
Sounds good.
That signal.
Yeah,
That's amazing. Yes.
I could write a cloud signal once the thing is clear, so you can know to start moving up.
Okay, we're ready
It-
for it.
It is really nice having another, magical in this group. I was like, shit, I didn't prepare sending. That would have been perfect. But writing in the clouds, even better. What's the signal?
A toe.
A big thumbs up?
An X mark.
A bat.
Isn't
So,
it?
I mean-
Isn't a toad just kind of like an oval? Isn't that just gonna look like the other
A
clouds?
smiley face.
You can use like the trees and surrounding hills for a little bit of cover to try to get closer to Grudhog. I'm not saying it's going to be guaranteed success, but you can make like a stealth check to use that cover to get closer. Now, if your intention is to polymorph and shape and wild shape before you're within the 1 mile range of the tower, that you determined, remember yesterday that you determined that they can see out a mile, then that's okay. So that's the first step. Why don't you guys get a mile closer?
Okay.
Yeah. So we get a mile closer.
All right.
I think
There's a whole
that
party?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
to worse we fly. If like they find us, we can just fly out of there.
You just retreat and do it again. Some out of
You
time.
guys are only 15 minutes away, so we're only because we just came half the distance.
Yeah.
If we're only a mile out, then you guys could
Yeah.
get there pretty quick.
So what are you shape changing into?
Whatever you.
Your choice. I'm new to this. I don't know.
Maybe you can be the baby. You know, like a mama owl,
Baby owl.
baby owl.
I don't know. There was this one hobgoblin eyeing me. Maybe I shouldn't go back in as an owl. Let me see what else I know that
A
can fly.
hawk.
A seagull.
Oh yeah, I do know Bloodhawk. That's nice. Flying snake.
Flying.
Flying snakes, of course. They won't
snake.
suspect a thing.
I vote for flying snakes.
A pair of flying snakes.
All right, that might be unusual.
They're on
I
their
like it.
honeymoon.
Yeah, go for it.
You could do some bats, maybe, right?
Well, it is daytime.
Seagulls make sense. I mean, you're by the water. I don't know.
What about imps? Can you do imps? Those fly? I don't even
You know,
know.
Bloodhawk sounded good. Why don't we just go with that? First
All right.
instinct was right.
Are they red hawks? Isn't that kind of noticeable?
Yeah,
What about
Bloodhawks
ravens?
are, crimson.
Ravens? Can you do ravens?
I might have been looking at you weird because aren't owls? Don't they only come out at night? As long as we're a bird that comes out in the daytime.
That hobgoblin was using his brain.
Smart one.
He was
All right,
trying to
we'll,
convince the other ones, you know.
we'll be hawks. Daytime creatures.
All right, so you're choosing
The Bloodhawk. We're nice little-
Bees.
and you polymorph Thornbur into a Bloodhawk before you shape change yourself.
Oh, yes, yes, I have to.
And just so I understand, Kareem and Zorana and Emin are waiting about a mile away.
Mhm.
They're just chilling out with their eye on Grudhog in the distance, correct?
Well,
Yeah.
in the sky. 'Cause
And-
we're looking for
and the
that
sky.
signal.
And then
Skyrite signal.
a sky right signal. You have some sort of spell that allows you to do that,
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Belfrian does, yeah.
Yeah, I have it prepared.
and you can cast it while you're wild shaped.
Oh no, I'd have to.
That's after
Well,
they
we're gonna-
after
that's
they've
after we-
taken out the.
Yeah, that's after.
That's the hobgoblins.
Gonna
Okay.
give them the all clear.
All right, so you and Thornbur, what's the speed on the Bloodhawk?
It is
Fast.
60 feet.
All right, so you're able to get there in like less than 10 minutes, and you're flying around Grudhog.
Nice. I think we kind of fly a little bit of a distance from each other. Hawks just like wing to wing. You know. We keep
Yeah, a
some
little high
distance
up.
Yeah,
Sounds
sure.
good.
Hawks hunt together, right? That's a
towards
thing.
the
No,
town.
I don't.
I don't think so, yeah.
Well, the first thing you notice that's different when you arrive is that it seems to be that the bodies of the 3 dead bugbears near the bonfire. Well, first of all, the bonfire's out. The bodies of the 3 dead bugbears are no longer there. And it looks like there is a hill giant outside using what looks like a giant cleaver to butcher the hill giant bodies. Actually, no, never mind. He's not doing any butchering outside. Those 2 hill giant bodies, the one of the woman and the emaciated one, have been dragged inside as well. Okay, the boulder that was blocking the palisade is still in place. The other boulder that was blocking the front of Grudhog to the large building where Chief Gull was inside has been moved. And it is back now in the standard position on the map. So I'm talking about that boulder that Kareem just pinged.
All right.
Aside from that, nothing else is different or changed. Except for the dude who was fishing. He's still out there fishing.
How far away is that fisherman?
Dedicated.
He's behind
How
the
far?
house. And
Yeah, he's behind the house.
He's fishing in the
Yeah, he's over here essentially, but behind the house.
So he kind of has access to seeing the tower, huh? He can see it.
He's fishing.
Yeah, he can see it. That is correct.
He's concentrating, okay?
Unlucky.
Oh,
We're gonna be all stealthy.
he's kind of chilling out there. Yeah. So let me move you both of you to the Grudhog upper map. You guys both Thornbur and Belfreen. You guys see it?
Yep.
I
You see it?
don't think I do. It's all black.
No,
Oh.
it's ebony colored.
Yeah, you're right. You do not see it. 1 second.
Or obsidian.
No,
I
no.
see
Yeah.
it. Yep.
It's charcoal.
I said charcoal already.
Oh.
Before. I said
Oh,
charcoal.
very cool.
It's the void color.
Shit.
Onyx.
Yeah, you're not necessarily there on the map either, by the way. So, I mean, you feel free to move around if you want.
Lying over here. Yeah, I think we'd be more over the. Where'd you go?
Is that your house, Zorana?
I don't know. What is that?
I hear somebody's
It's
maybe
not-
car alarm going off. That's what it sounds like.
This.
It sounded really weird.
Winter protect us.
Oh, that's right.
What's going on?
Can't forget about winter too.
Winter.
All right. So, what did the two of you guys doing? You and Thornbur.
We're circling in on the tower.
Flying in, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Flying
So
in.
as you're circling around the tower, you see a dark black shape in the distance.
Can I watch?
It's
is there a way for
large.
me to see?
I tried already.
From a mile away, yes, can see. It's
No, I mean like
it's
literally
on the map.
physically on the map.
He just wants to see the map.
I just
Oh,
want to
you
see you
wanna see
guys.
the map?
I kind of want to see you guys fight because they're gonna go into a battle. You know.
Oh, yeah,
I mean-
It's not gonna be a battle.
Yeah, I'll do that. Give me a second. I can do that.
Let's see like Thornbur's perspective or something.
Sure.
Give them control of Thornbur for a little
Yeah.
bit, and then I think they'd be able to see. Just don't fuck with them. I'm watching you.
I won't make your character jump off the tower. It won't happen.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with putting you guys on the map. So there you are.
Well,
I'm not going to change your figure size though.
Okay.
That's not necessary right now. But can you guys see?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So I think we're in good shape there. So as I was saying, as you guys are flying around, pretty much just as you get close to Grudhog, you can see that there's a dark black shape in the distance coming from approximately the north. It seems to be flapping large wings. It's got a wingspan easily of 30, 40 feet. And it's nice and sleek and kind of like, low, and see its long serpentine head kind of moving and bobbing with the motion of its flight.
a flying snake, obviously.
I knew we should have been flying snakes. Right in.
So is there a wyvern?
Shit.
Shh,
Yeah.
it's a giant.
Yeah, your best guess is that it's probably a wyvern. So you can make a nature check to confirm, if you like.
Well, I saw it before, didn't I?
Well,
Well, you're
you're
not there,
not
Train.
there.
I thought we could see it from a mile. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because we could tell them that we could. Hey, look, it's a
Not
wyvern.
from your current vantage point.
Okay.
I think coming closer.
Yeah.
Um,
So both of you don't recognize the creature. But Thornburg, considering that you have seen it before, your best guess is that it is the same wyvern scout. But you don't know much about wyverns. You just know that they're giant flying reptiles.
so seeing that dive towards the tower, and I'm gonna perch on top of the tower and just wait.
All right. Yep,
I just,
that's
like,
not a
I just
problem.
dive towards it.
So, Hobgoblin, one of the hobgoblins there, he definitely sees, because he was keeping a lookout. So he saw you guys actually approach. I mean, he understands that you're birds, but he definitely doesn't like the idea of birds being atop his tower. And you see that he goes over to the gong, or you can hear him actually pull the mallet off of one of the posts. And then he's not striking the gong itself. He's actually pounding one of the rafters to try to get, to disturb the roof enough that it would make any birds atop it, i.e. you guys, scatter. Not knowing that you're really just polymorph people. So he has no idea if you guys have left or not. But I assume, Belfreen, you did the same thing as Thornburg or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you guys are atop the tower right now. And he just pounds a couple of times, and then you think he puts the mallet back away. And you can hear them talking. Do either of you speak Goblin?
I don't think so.
Right. Well, you can make a sense motive check.
Insight, you mean?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sorry, insight.
Sounds right.
Been playing a little bit of Starfinder lately, so I mix the rules sometimes.
It happens.
Oh, Goblin. It's
So-
very close to Elvish.
You can tell by the tone of the hobgoblin's speech. At least two of the voices, maybe three of the voices, seem to be chiding the other one. But aside from that, because you don't understand what they're saying, you can't tell what they're communicating about, aside from the fact that they seem to be chiding one of the other guys. However, that dude, that wyvern that is quickly approaching the tower itself, seems to be getting closer and closer. And you can see, because it's a pretty bright day, nice, clear, bright day, the temperature is roughly about 60 degrees. You can see that there's a glint of somebody atop the wyvern itself wearing heavy armor. So you can see like the glint of steel in the sunlight.
So, as I see this guy coming, I dive onto the top. I wait for Belfrien to join me.
Where am I?
I kind of give her, "You're
A
up."
wink.
There.
A wink with my eagle eye. My hawk eye.
Well, you
I
can
give her a
really only
hawk eye.
see one eye, so you're really not sure if you're winking or blinking.
They're just blinking.
I just give you a blink wink, and I just dive in, hoping that she does too, and turns me out of being a hawk.
So basically, like, you're flying off the roof and then just like diving underneath the roof where
Oh,
the
this is
hobgoblins
already
actually
going
are.
terrible.
Circle around. Supplies.
Guys,
Alright.
the wyvern's still there. I mean,
Alright,
she's
so I think-
passes. Oh,
I think that
the wyvern
so
won't like attack the
Initiative.
tower. Won't
but they'll see what. Well, they might not see the commotion. I don't know.
We look like hobgoblins.
yeah,
Just-
let me check something.
Just cut the bell down so they can't ring it.
Yep.
That's a good idea. Yeah, just blow the thing up.
I know who has the gong knocker, so you
Well,
know.
you don't need a gong. to
All right,
knock
so
the
we'll do
bell.
this very simply. Who's
Not
got the
very-
higher initiative bonus out of the two of you guys?
I have a +1.
Okay, so first thing first is that this wyvern is very fucking fast. It's got a fly speed of 80 feet.
Oh shit.
Oh shit!
So it is quickly moving. Your best guess is that it will be here in 6 rounds.
Okay.
Okay. Second thing is whoever's got the higher initiative bonus, we're going to say that this is a surprise round, and you're free to do whatever you like for your turn. But the hobgoblins are caught completely off guard as basically two fucking bloodhawks just fly into their watchtower, and they're like, one of the hobgoblins, the number 2, the one that's right next to Thornbur, he seems to be waving his arms and trying to, like, swat you guys with the longbow in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But he hasn't had an opportunity to react or do very much yet, so it'll be your turn first.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and let's change the music up.
So we're both getting a surprise round.
Yep.
Yeah.
First. And full initiative, or we're just doing. I have the higher initiative.
No,
bonus,
we're gonna
so I'll
keep
go
it
first.
simple. So I'm gonna say we'll do you guys first, and then we'll do them.
So, am I a Bloodhawk, or did?
Oh yeah, you're a bloodhawk.
Yeah, we're Bloodhawks, so technically we have the same +2 initiative
Yeah. So
bonus.
actually, I'll let you go first.
Yay. Okay.
Claw their eyes out. Can't see.
I could do that. Yeah, might as well. Who has the gavel? This guy? That guy has the gavel, right? The gong.
The hammer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that hobgoblin number 2. No, actually, nobody's holding the gong at the moment, or the gavel. The gong is actually hanging from the rafters, roughly in the center of the area where you guys are standing in. But the gavel, or the mallet, actually is hanging from roughly where you are, Belfreen.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say right in your square. You guys can hear the music, right?
Yep. So, I'm going to. I think it takes me an action to turn back into my normal form. So, do I want to turn back?
So for the people that are about a mile away, you can see a dark black shape moving toward Gridhog, far in the distance to the north. But it's moving really quickly. It's really sleek. Kind of looks like a disc that seems to be bowing its edges. So your best guess is that it's probably the Wyvern.
That looks good. I'm surprised I didn't see it before.
Okay. I'm gonna use my action to turn back into my normal form, and then use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh on my staff.
Hobgoblins are shocked to see you. Their
No,
eyes
I
go
will-
wide. They start barking.
And then I cease concentration on Thornbur once he gets in here. That way he'll immediately get his normal action. He'll
Yeah,
just
both of
turn
you
back.
guys are in here. So when you cease concentration on Thornbur also pops out of the polymorph and is now his full self.
Yeah, but he'll get his full action now.
Yep,
Push him
that's
off
correct.
the tower.
So just keep in mind, Belfreen, that you are standing in the same square as the mallet.
Yes, that's where I want to
Throw it off the tower.
be.
Easy solution.
So you know what? I will actually set up a initiative order for this. But just to put you guys on the order itself, so it's easier to track. You don't have to bother rolling.
I think you're muted, Thornbur. Eric.
What did you cast with your bonus action?
Shillelagh.
Jay?
Shillelagh.
All right. Nice. All right.
Here we go.
Said it was Hobgoblin 2 who has the mallet. It doesn't really matter.
No, I'm standing on the striker.
Nice.
I'd immediately break that bell. Man. Cut it down.
Throw it off the tower. Throw everything off the tower. Just throw things off the tower.
Just burn the tower. Set that thing on fire.
Just throw everything off the tower, and then there's nothing on the tower.
Yeah. Shit.
Actually, if you sit on fire, everybody will know.
All right. It's my turn.
Yep.
So, is this worth it?
Slice.
All right. I'm going to Scorching Ray. And I feel the power of Lathander surge through me. Suddenly, like 3 orbs of flame gather around me, and I shoot them out at Hobgoblin 1, 2, and 3. And I fire my Scorching Ray.
So 2 and 3, okay.
1, 2, and 3?
So I think only the first one hits.
Yeah. Although these guys are surprised, they are wearing armor and they do have shields on their back, which doesn't apply to the armor class right now. But yeah, I think only the first one hits.
I go, fuck.
Shit.
Use your sword, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the sword.
Just cleave them, man. Damn, you roll pretty low, huh?
This Hobgoblin.
So Hobgoblin number, which one was the one that was hit? Number 1?
Number 1 was hit, yeah, for 2 damage.
Oh,
Oh,
just
God.
just 2?
Damage there.
Yeah.
He's got a
Unlucky.
case of the Zoranas.
And so that was my action, casting that spell, and then with my bonus action, I feel this extra magical power that I didn't have before. 2 spells in 1 turn, and I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and also Hobgoblin 1.
Oh, all
Fire
right.
weapon.
Spiritual weapon on Hobgoblin 1.
So 24 to hit for 11 damage.
Oh, nice. All right. So
Hobgoblin 1.
let me just give you control of this thing. You summon the bolts of fire. They just fly in all directions. One of them actually grazes the cheek of Hobgoblin 1. But right next to me, you put up a spiritual blade. It looks like a giant greatsword this time. It's glowing like the golden dawn. And as it pops up into existence, it just cuts the guy's... Well, you tell me what happens because he dies.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it just pierces him through the back, and he's and it's like Alien. It pops out of his chest.
Nice. Very nice, and you should have control of it.
Great. Thank
All
you.
right, so at this point, I think I want you guys to now roll initiative.
I just want to click
Not
that.
you, Zarana.
I just wanted to click the damage just to get it out, you know.
I want to
You're
roll
obsessed. You got to
initiative.
get over it.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh my god, look at that.
It's like, we're going first again.
You are going first again. All right.
I have
I've got one.
advantage on initiative.
Nice. And they got 19 too.
I got
I
22.
know. I didn't think I was going to beat that.
Very
Plus
nice.
3 dex.
We're all rolling initiative.
Yeah, all right, sure. You're all rolling. All right, so I think
You guys will start
Bel-
running in from a mile away.
Yeah. So Belfreen, you're first up. The hobgoblins have been completely taken by surprise, so they haven't gotten a chance to react yet.
All right. This guy is dead, so let's produce flame on that guy. Number 3. Oh, I don't think a 12 is gonna hit.
No, it is not.
All right. Minor action, and I summon the spirit of the hawk. Right there.
Oh, can you ping the map again?
Yeah, it's gonna be right in that spot. Doesn't take up any space, but that's where the aura comes from.
And what's the radius on it?
It is a 30-foot radius
30-foot radius.
from that spot. And
Oh, okay, I see now.
so so my allies in that radius have a advantage to wisdom perception checks, and I can use my reaction to grant advantage to an ally's attack roll. So whatever you're gonna hit them with, I'm gonna try and help give you advantage to make sure you hit.
You
If you
muted
need it.
again.
Thornbar, you're muted. You just keep muting yourself like over
Is
and
it,
over.
is it all attack rolls or just weapon attack rolls?
It's any attack roll, so spell attack or melee attack.
Range attack.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
So is that
All right.
where you want it to be?
Yep.
That red line? You guys see that, right?
Yeah. Whole tower. Perfect.
All right, good. All right, just 1 second. Because the guy who's fishing definitely sees what the fuck is going on over there.
Fisherman.
But he's fishing. How does he know?
Well, he can hear Hobgoblin fire being fired out of the hands of 2 dudes up there who weren't there the previous round. So let me just add him map as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
We are not very stealthy, guys.
That's okay.
You know, we tried.
You know, as the second that I see these birds land, I'm gonna start booking it towards the fucking thing.
Oh, I assume that you guys were. So Belfreen, are you done?
Yep. I'm done. Sorry.
I can dash.
All right,
some things.
Thornbur.
All right.
You can dash on winter.
So I'm just gonna attack. I will swing retribution at Hobgoblin 2 right in front of me. Nice. 24 to hit, 16 slashing damage.
Oh, nice. You could tell me what happens to that guy.
I just disembowel him right there as I run my greatsword across his belly.
All right, he screams. You think he says something in Goblin to the equivalent of "I told you so," and then he dies before him.
Spiritual
Bonus
weapon.
action. I move the spiritual weapon over to Hobgoblin 3 there. Actually, I'll
Right.
kind of move it this way. Right in front of him. And we'll attack with that guy.
Stabby stab.
Let's see, where's that? There we go. Yes. All right, 16 to hit.
All right.
16 hit.
So he doesn't have his shield out yet, so 16 hits.
For 9 damage.
Ooh, it cuts him pretty deep across the arm and chest, but he is still alive.
And that's I'm gonna move up here, look at both of them, and say, "Come get some."
All right.
And that's it. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So the guy in the wyvern gets closer. He'll be here in 5 rounds. Kareem, it's not your turn.
I take the dash action.
Yeah, we're dashing.
Yeah,
through
you're
the
dashing.
snow.
To the snow.
So the 2 hobgoblins, they drop their bows, they pull out their shields, and holding weapons, pull out their what looks to be longswords, although they're kind of curved. They don't look like standard longsword blades. But unfortunately, being completely unprepared for you guys and doing all that, that's all they can do is get up to you and pull out their shit. So they're unable to actually attack. However, the dude that is fishing, he screams out something in Goblin. He seems to be yelling it in the direction of the actual large building. And seeing Belfrian on the edge there, he is going to it looks like he's some sort of spellcaster, because he is firing.
Fisherman?
He actually pulls his hands all around and seems to be chanting, and then what you actually see is a small ball of flame arc out from his fist all the way up at you guys, and then explode in a huge explosion that just lights up the entire area in a fireball.
Good, set his own tower on fire.
Thanks, we didn't need to do it.
Wow.
Yep.
Kill his own guys, set his own tower on fire.
Well, he can't even see the 2 guys that Thornburg is facing because they're so far into the tower
Right.
that all he sees is Belfrian, and he probably assumed that everybody's just dead up there. So the whole roof of the tower blows off in a giant explosion. The gong falls down to the ground. I need both Belfrian and Thornburg to make saves. The hobgoblins are going to be toast.
Save, right?
Literally.
Dex, yeah.
Dex.
Yeah, it'll be dexterity saving throws, please.
No.
Yes.
Shit, what good rolls.
Yeah, those
That was
are
good
those
roll.
are very good rolls. You guys.
You with a +0, me with a +1.
Fortunately, you guys will only take half damage, so that is very, very good news. However, I do need to roll the damage, and in order to do that, I need to look up how much a 4th level fireball actually does.
Oh shit.
9d6.
Yeah.
Pretty
so
Sure,
looks
it's
like
just
it
a
does
one. It's just a
96.
1d4, right?
Yeah, 1d4.
9 do 6.
So
That's
you guys
not
only
bad.
take 14 fire.
That's not bad.
Thank goodness.
really good.
That's no. That's
A
nothing.
low roll too.
Yeah, and let
Yeah,
me move
yeah,
the
it
guy
is.
a little bit because he kind of moved 30 feet.
14.
That's perfect.
Quick fly out of there.
All right, and that is the end of that round.
Did the
and-
did the other hobgoblins take the damage too?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
they're dead.
Oh yeah, they're dead.
They're
They
dead.
dropped dead.
Oh,
Toast.
Kaboom.
guess you get the hell out of there. We need to group up.
All right.
All right,
Shit.
Belfreen, you're back up.
Okay.
Shapeshift, Renduas?
Thinking. I could barely see that guy. Definitely has cover from me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to shapeshift. What's big?
Giant eagle?
I do have that. Let's see if it's good.
Fly off into the sunset.
Yeah, just Grant Thornburg. Get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I can't see this guy.
Obviously, you could turn into a griffin, you know. Hey, quit clicking things.
Think. My best option is. Yeah. All right.
Oh,
Energy.
hold on a second. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Funny. All right. So that actually does work. I made a mistake. The hobgoblins that were up on the tower somehow completely avoided all the damage. It looked like the fireball went right around them. Yep. So they are actually still alive. I just noticed something on the hobgoblin sheet, the spellcaster.
Oh, he's got the ability
He's
to.
got like a
leave?
sort of shape ability where he can shape spells around his allies.
But you were saying you didn't even notice they were there, so how
Yeah.
would he?
It doesn't matter. It's built in. It just
Ah.
automatically avoids his allies. He doesn't need to see them, in other words.
Interesting.
Oh. And you guys are going to take an extra 3 damage as well.
Well, just keep piling it on.
Is that half?
Oh, that's after it being halved.
All right. Okay. In that case,
This movie reminds me of Signs. Or sorry, this
This
music
music.
reminds me of the movie Signs.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Good
sorry.
sentence.
Get those 3 hit points back. I reread the ability. It doesn't work. It only works on attacks, on spell attacks. So get those 3 hit points back.
And they're
Sorry
and they're
for
dead
not
again.
being prepared. I made a mistake.
It's okay. Don't worry.
all right.
Okay.
Let's just move up to here, and I'm gonna try and attack this guy.
It's your shillelagh.
Let's see, 23 for 7.
All right, nice. You can describe to me what happens because we only have 2 hit points left.
I just smash him across the face. Goes tumbling down.
Off the tower. Yeah, throw him off.
Yeah, off the tower.
He falls 80 feet off the tower down to his death on the ground with a loud, sickening crunch.
Yeah.
All right, what else?
And that's it right now.
All right, Thornburg. Face
Turn.
one last hobgoblin.
Facing off against the last guy, I attack him with my sword. 15 damage.
Nice. So you could tell me what happens to that guy.
So I just cleave him or stick it right in his gut, and I growl at him and I say, and then I run.
That's all I hear what you said.
Say fuck you. And then I run.
Fly after that fisherman. That fisherman and fireballs.
Yep. Next turn, I'm gonna run to the corner. To jump off.
It's an 80-foot drop.
Yeah, I'm not gonna drop. I'm just gonna prepare
All right. Fair enough.
for my next turn.
Gonna do like a cool jump and then spread his wing thing, you know.
Yeah.
It'll be great, but that's an action, so I'm gonna wait.
All right.
Yeah. So that's it.
Why that side? Oh god.
For
I
the
guess I will
fisherman.
move. I will. Spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it, but it's not going to keep up.
Get it closer to that.
Yeah, I'll move it.
Okay.
Move it
Fair
20
enough.
feet it can move. And that's it.
All right. So hobgoblin on top of wyvern flies closer. Be here in 4 rounds. And
I don't know how close we've been able to get in the last
Probably
2
not very
rounds
close at all.
with dashing.
yeah, even moving at top speed, it would take you a pretty significant amount of time to get here. But I'm gonna say
It's probably like 100 rounds. Legitly.
no. I'll be nice. I'll say that you managed to spot the wyvern before they did. So we'll say that you guys will get here 1 round after the wyvern. All right.
Okay.
So on
That's
round
ridiculous.
7.
Okay.
I mean, I could be a real dick and just be like, "Now you guys got to sit out of the entire time," but that's not very fun.
Yeah. You guys were closing in.
It depends where we're coming out from. Like what direction of the radius of the tower are we coming in from? I think we were going from like an eastern direction, so we'll be on like the eastern
I just figured we'd regroup and then
edge of the
fight
map
next game.
or something.
Yep. Well, you hear some shouts coming from inside of Grodhog. And just give me a moment. So I think my initiative order looks good now. So looks like it is now the Hunter's turn, which is that hobgoblin that was slinging fireballs. Well, he decides to repeat the same thing that he did before. And considering he's got a clear shot at Thornburg and he knows something's going on up there, he slings a whole nother fireball. So I need 2 more saving throws from you guys.
Oh, great.
This one's only at 3rd level. And it still does 86. Alright, so Thornburg, you are going to fail that. Jay, you're fine, but you're still going to take half damage. So Thornburg, you'll take 13. I'm sorry, Belfreen, you'll take
26.
15. Thornburg, you're taking 26. Okay, that is the end of that round. So Belfreen, you're back up to you.
Um,
1 second. Actually, before it gets back up too, after he casts his fire, looks like he ducks behind a wall.
Okay.
So just notice that there is a wall here. You actually don't see him anymore.
Okay.
Well, fuck. The fisherman fucked it all up.
What a bitch.
Just get the heck out of there, man.
We could fly off.
Hey, at least
Yeah, man.
they don't
I
have
mean,
a bell tower anymore.
Let's just run away again and just we'll come back next time. The tower's gone, so they can't. We can now sneak anytime we want. We don't have to
Let's
fight
just
today. We can
put
just
more people up
regroup.
there.
Hey,
They'll-
we can
yeah,
hide
they'll
out
just-
for an out. No.
The thing's on fire. Well, then make it worse. To completely destroy this thing. Spread the fire as far as you can, and then get the hell out.
Yeah, that is a good point. So this wooden tower has now taken the brunt of 2 fireballs. Is
Yeah.
literally on fire. You can hear it creaking under you, and like everything is on fire around you.
All right,
Mhm.
it's time to fly. I'm gonna change it to a giant eagle and start flying. 5, 10.
Can you grab Thornburr with you? Is it possible?
I could grab him. I am a giant eagle.
Grab him.
I grab on.
How big's the giant eagle? Is it huge or large?
It is.
Giant.
It's large. So, tell me, they have a 16 strength.
Yeah, you can grab Thornburr. That's fine. He can hop right onto your back
He's bigger than a hobbit.
and ride you.
Yes.
I mean, he's pretty heavy, but you know, I would say you can do it. But I will say though that you're covered, so you'll only be able to move at half speed.
Oh, half speed. Okay, so
I think that's
there.
what encumbered is.
All right. So, yep, you could be right near me, but I can only make it to there then. And that's all I can do.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not half speed. Your speed only drops by 10 feet.
Oh, okay, so I can move another.
You sure you can just going that way?
There.
Is that away
Thornburr.
from the wyvern or towards the wyvern?
Doesn't
That's
matter. I want to get into sight of this guy. Thornburr, do you have a spell?
Sort of towards.
I'm hanging by your talons right now.
Thought you
Jake,
jumped
can
on
you
my
move
back.
that giant eagle?
Or on your
Just
back.
curious.
Okay.
Let's see. Yes.
Nice. I think you should be able to drag them from the map, from the journal onto the map too.
Oh, cool.
Summon more apes.
Can't do anything in this form. But
So like
I'm here.
you know, like the half
Lord of the Rings.
escaping, you know, Mount Doom, you grab Thornburr and escape the watchtower with Thornburr atop your back. And although the bastard is heavy as hell, you're still able to fly a good 70 feet away from the tower as it's lit aflame and it starts to crumble and collapse in on itself from the devastation of multiple fireballs having been launched on it. From your vantage point, I think you can see the Watermaster, and he's kind of like crouched up against the wall, like looking over his shoulder, like preparing his next spell to launch at the tower. But he does see that there is suddenly a giant eagle in his line of sight. with Thornbur atop it. So he does recognize who Thornbur is, so he knows that there's got to be something up with that. That the giant eagle's probably one of you guys. All right, so I think Belfreen is finished.
Actually, as a minor, I'm just gonna move my spirit aura, the hawk aura around myself.
How far can you move it?
I can move it up to. That's a good question. As a bonus action, I can move it up to 60 feet at a point I can see.
That's fine. So you just want it kind of centered around you?
Yep. That way I could still use its advantages. And then my turn will be done. And Thornbur, you should be able to take a shot at that bad boy, hopefully.
Yeah. Sure.
So it doesn't shoot us on the way out.
So Jay, is it good there, or do you want me to move it a little bit more?
No, that's great.
All right.
That's perfect.
All right. Let's see. So I can just see this guy around the corner there.
Actually, it would be 10 feet. I moved it a little bit too far. There you go. That should be fun.
Perfect. Yep, as long as my ally is within the aura, I'm good. So I can give you advantage on an attack roll if you want to attack it.
Attack. Let's see. Ranged attack. I don't have much. Oh, you know what I do have? That little walking stick of magic missiles.
Do you not have javelins?
That's an automatic hit.
Magic missiles don't miss.
Magic missiles will work.
Yeah, I have I guess he would give me normal. I think I do have like one javelin left. I'm not a big javelin guy. Let me use my walking stick, and I shoot the. After seeing it, I'm gonna use all three charges. So that'll be missile at 3rd level.
Yep. Which I think is 5d4 plus 5.
Nice. So that's 15.
Okay, and I think you have to roll a d20. Don't roll a 1.
Yes.
Oh, shit. Oh,
never know.
what are the odds of that?
What happens? Tell me.
Oh man! So you point the walking stick, 5 bolts of energy, silvery light just like pound out of it in a quick barrage. It strikes the Watermaster like multiple times in the chest, and he looks like taken aback by it. And all of a sudden, the thing just like cracks right up the middle, and then you see it just crumble to pieces in your hand, like the pieces just scattering and hitting the dock and the water. Your hand's like all shocked, as if like you were, holding something that just fell apart in your hands. I can't hear you, Thornbur. You're on mute.
That wasn't very well made.
So
And I'm just
15 damage. He's still alive.
It's a little first level healing word on myself. This action. Hit 7 hit
Alright.
points.
7 hit points. Okay. So,
And that's my turn.
alright. Gonna move some goblins here. A lot going on this map, so just bear with me. That's good enough. All right, Hobgoblin atop the Wyvern gets close. Winter and Kareem run closer. Hill Giants are coming quick.
We could just get out of here and fight again later.
All right.
We're trying.
Trying to kill the
So
Watermaster.
Watermaster, he he gives you a foul gesture, and then as he does so, it looks like he pulls his hand back, and you see lightning begin to
Oh, shit.
form right in his hand, and then he launches it at you guys
Oh,
in this
fuck.
huge arc that just comes out. And I need both you guys to make a dexterity saving throw.
Does anyone know counterspell?
No.
Hey, you good guys went the opposite way, you know. Towards us.
They're trying to. You have advantage on that, right? On saving throws and stuff? No? No, just no. No. Shit.
No. That-
There goes
Oh,
the
God.
giant eagle form.
I was using the giant eagle. That's which are better.
No, that is a
But
fail
they're
from
not.
both of you guys.
That good.
So that is 86 lightning damage,
Holy shit.
total of 33.
33.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're
Orber's unconscious.
Oh, shit.
What? Thornber's unconscious?
and I'm falling into the water because I just reverted.
Oh, fuck.
Why are you guys fighting this guy when you could just leave? Or you had one job, take the tower. That's it. And you already did it.
Healing word Thornberg.
Hey, at least it was over water, right? So,
Yep.
how
Move
high
this
off the
guy
ground are
away.
you guys?
Well, that tower was what, 60 feet up, and then 80
It was 80 feet up, and the
You could heal, right, Jay?
bluff
Yeah.
was 6 feet above the water line. So let me just confirm those numbers, okay? Just give me a second.
Thornberg can still fly. He can get the hell out of there. He can
If
carry you,
heal him,
princess style.
Yes,
it'll be majestic.
it was the other way around. The tower was 60 feet up. The bluff itself is 80 feet high above the river, so that's a total of 120 feet. Were you level with the top of the tower?
You're kind of diving down a little bit, right?
I think I was diving down to get closer to the Watermaster.
Okay.
Hey, look at the bright side. At least he's using some high level spells.
So would you say that you used your entire 70 to dip?
Yeah.
Okay. So if that's the case, then instead of being 140 feet above, it'd only be 70 feet above the water line. Okay.
Great.
However, 70 feet above water is still like hitting concrete, right? Now, I'll allow you to make a swim check, Belfrian, to dive after you come at a giant eagle form. Thornburr is going to take the 76 bludgeoning damage because he's unconscious. So he falls and he hits the ground like a rock.
That'll still take 6 seconds though. They haven't started falling yet.
Oh,
Does
they
it-
fall. They fall during that time.
Wait. Do I hit? Oh wait, it's only 60 feet of falling around.
70 feet.
What's the force? What's the
How
damage?
about-
It's actually
How about let's
it's
say
like
you were
500
higher?
feet around or something like that.
Shh, quiet.
But it's water. It can't be that
Can't fall
bad.
that fast.
All right. I assume
So I take a
athletics
dex
is
saving
the swim,
Yeah, it would be in athletics, right?
not acrobatics. Did it matter?
I will allow
That's
athletics
terrible.
dexterity. No, it wouldn't be acrobatics.
All right, athletics.
So Thornburr, you are going to take.
Yes.
Yes. Not that it matters, but you do take 34 damage.
Oh God.
So I take one.
But you're
one-
already
one
at
da-
0, so it's not like you go to negative 34.
Yeah. But
You just
I
end
take
up
one
taking-
failure.
Yeah, you take an automatic
Big failure.
failure,
Yeah.
and then that athletics check is enough to dive. So you do take no damage, Jay, as you dive right into the water.
Oh, yes. I am the fish.
Shit.
I am the fish.
And I'll remove this giant eagle because you're no longer a giant eagle.
Nope.
Oh god.
All right, that was good. Good. I think that's a perfect place to stop. 'Cause it is midnight.
That's drowning.
Shit.
Well, you guys accomplished the goal. You got the tower.
We got the tower.
You can heal Thornfur
Yeah.
up, and
Fuck.
you guys can
Maybe
fly.
we should all win.
He's tired. I thought that guy he used his fireballs. I thought he was done with his big spells.
The spell
Yeah,
slot.
was wrong.
me
How
too.
many fucking spell slots does this man have?
I used 1/4 and 2/3.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, that's probably all of them, right?
No, that's pretty.
No.
That's pretty bad.
All the fourths and the thirds.
Maybe.
Probably have another third.
Yeah, he might have another third.
Let's see if he does. He does have another third.
Oh man,
Shit.
I'm staying in the water.
Yeah, well, he electrocutes you in the water. Oh god.
And so, you said that they were at the beginning of the battle, like 6 rounds away,
Yeah, the one atop the wyvern.
and
It's probably like
they're
4.
all 1 round behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other players will be 1 round behind it.
3 rounds away now.
Let's see. Yeah, so we just finished round 3. So correct, 3 rounds away.
Just making a note.
Can you dash while you're flying? Like dash
Yeah.
fly? Is that a thing?
But keep in mind that they're coming from a southeastern direction,
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we're in
so
like,
they're gonna be
on the
like
southeastern
literally
corner
on
of the
the
map.
other side of Grudhog.
Oh god.
Oh boy, that's all right. We can get through this.
You can cause a distraction.
Just in
I
case you might
I
want
thought
to have
planning-
just in case you might want to have another character ready for her. Just-
Oh my god.
but this does not look good at all.
2.0.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I love making new characters.
Don't say that thing.
You'll be fine. I've got you. I've got you.
So we could talk about that. So 2 weeks would be our normally next scheduled session, the day after Christmas.
Mhm.
Is that a problem for anybody?
No. Not for me.
Let me see. I'm gonna be home with my family. I probably won't be able to make it because
What was the
I'll be back
date?
in
I'm sorry,
California.
what's that?
I got a lot of-
It'd be the
26th.
26th.
Day after Christmas.
The day after Christmas. Yeah, I probably should be fine.
Yeah, I'm actually off from work that week, so I'm good. I can even play late.
Nice. Yeah, I'll check. I'll see what's going on.
All
I'm
right.
I mean,
sure. I'm
it's only like 3
traveling a
hours.
lot, so.
So,
Yeah.
All right, so we'll plan for it, and then if you can't make it through, you just let me know, or Eric, you just let me know, and then we'll schedule around it.
I'll let you know my schedule. I'll check it out and see exactly.
All right, sounds good. So I hope that was an okay session for you guys. Hope you had fun.
it's fun.
Oh shit.
That was good. It was a good
Alright.
session.
Would've
All
been
right.
bad.
Have a good night, all, and have a happy Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, or happy holidays.
Merry Christmas to you too, Jim.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, later, guys.
See ya.
Later.
Bye.
Later.